I've been waiting on God for a spouse for a very long time. I've known Jeff for 11 years. We dated a while back in campus for 2 years. Then I had to leave for the US and we broke up at that point. This is because I didn't know what the future held for me. I didn't know if I was gonna come back to Kenya.
When she was going to the States and we were like, these long distance, a lot happens, life happens. It's not gonna be easy. So I think the best is let's take a break. Actually, she came with that idea. I was like, that's a good one. Hey, I say that's a good one. So already maza kujipanga tayari hapa hivi kando kando, like no, as in it makes sense. You know, it makes sense. You'll be away, you'll be miles away, I'll be here. I'm in campus, I'm still young and life happens, a lot of things happens. You
know the way campus is, I mean, Team Mafisi, I mean, you can't just stay single. Me, I knew he was going to get someone else. So I didn't want to be in the US and my friends are telling me, hey, nowadays, Esther, Jeff is with this chick, that chick. So to avoid all that drama, I was just like, let's just leave it at that. Let's remain friends. And trust me, 3 months later, he had a girlfriend. 3 months later.
But I didn't plan. I had no idea it's going to happen. But I think it was about 3 or 4 months down the line, there was someone. Yes, that was in campus.
And we remained friends. And of course, I met all frogs. I dated and dated and dated, but there was just something. It wasn't working. I sing in church, and I used to pray, and I'm like, oh, God, why aren't you giving me the right person? Like, I always felt they were not the right people. There's a way you can feel. When you have the right person, you feel this is the one. But I wasn't there. My friends who are not even born again are getting married, nini nini. I'm like, oh God, I serve you, as in what's going on? So that was my cry. I kept crying, and every time, like the pastor says, anyone who wants to come in front to be prayed for, that was always my prayer item. God, please give me a man. God, please give me a man. That time, me and Jeff are still very good friends. He's also still dating other chicks, but we are very good friends.
We always kept in touch, actually. That's a funny story. Even in campus, when I was dating, we used to talk. And after campus, I'd call, we'd talk about stuff, my personal stuff, the relationships I had, women, you know, women stuff. I'd call, she'd give me a piece of advice, nini.
Yeah, so at some point I just decided that this dating thing, no, I'll just wait on God. So I kept praying and I kept praying, and anybody who knows me knows how much I really wanted God to give me a man. And I kept praying and I kept praying, and I started planning my wedding like 3-4 years ago. I just started planning my wedding on my phone. Oh, this one can do my decor. Oh, then I started just writing down my bridesmaids. This is going to be my bridesmaids. Sometimes wengine niliwatoa, I removed them, others remained. Yeah, and I started planning my wedding. And then last year, my birthday, I remember it was my birthday, and we went out with a few of my friends. And then we really had a good time. So the next day, the way you can just post on Facebook, hey, we had a good time, nini nini. So I responded, and I was like, last year but one, and I was like, yeah, we really had a good time. I'm praying that next year we'll be celebrating something else.
Where I was working on Ngong Road is not far from where she stays.
And where
not
I
far
work.
From where.
Yeah, that's just God, you know.
I think even now that will now put us more closer. Yeah, so we talk a lot, we meet, but I think we've been friends. I think she's my best friend. She knows everything about me. She knows me at times. I think she even knows me more than I know myself. When now we became more close, we could hang out, we could go for those coffee dates, those things we could just go enjoy, talk. I used to find my friends, but Jeff, what are you and Esther, what are you guys doing? What are you waiting for? You know, you can now Esther, man, that ship sailed, me and I don't think we can. We are now good friends. My friends tell me, yeah, chunga boss, you'll end up there like, nah.
Can't happen. I was like, no way, not Jeff.
Can't happen, won't happen.
The way like Facebook reminds you after 1 year. So funny enough, last year, God had answered my prayer. I was dating Jeff at that particular, my birthday is on October 15th. So October 15th, it reminded me. And then my friend was like, do you see how faithful God is? It's happening. I can't believe I'm getting married. It's like, it's still a dream. I can't believe God has actually done this for me. I was talking to a friend of mine, and when I was still not dating Jeff, and I was like, wow, I don't know, God has really forgotten me. And my friend was like, you know what, AC, Sissy, what you'll Peter us, all of us who are dating, you'll get married and Peter all of us. And that's what has happened. They're still dating. I'm getting married. Last year, at a time like now, I was not dating. I didn't have a boyfriend. Last year, at a time like now. Yeah. But God is faithful, and he makes all things beautiful in its time. I can say 4 years now, when I seriously decided now, I'm just going to wait on God. But another time when I was still, let me try this one, let me try this one, let me try this one. No, 4 years. And little did I know it was going to be this friend of mine who I dated 11 years ago. Anyone would come and tell me, Nini, Jeff. I'm like, no way. Mine and Jeff, 11 years ago, that was campus, that was it. I never ever knew it would be him. By the time he was proposing, I knew the guy was going to marry me. Kwani, God has brought us this far, then he won't marry me. I knew he was going to marry me. Plain, the feeling, it was just something else. Especially when Mom was veiling me. I cried. My tears were just over here. Ay. It was just, I can't explain how I felt. It's just like a feeling. I don't know how to explain it, but it was just beautiful. Dress was so, I don't know, I just wanted a Cinderella kind of dress, and I really looked like Cinderella. Yeah. Trust me, by 8, all of us were ready, including me. I'd already put on all of us were ready. We were the ones now waiting for these guys. Now we are sitting, we are waiting, like, where are these guys? They're still not here. They're still not here. Yeah, but it really went well. I was very, very nervous and anxious. I couldn't even take tea. I couldn't swallow. I couldn't take anything.
There were a bit of push and pull at the gate before they got in.
Yeah, there was something that was going on at the gate. You and me, I didn't know. It was my aunties and my Kina, my mom. But I don't know if they were fined. My mom is she's not that kind of a person. Gee, what, no. She's a very easy and liberal person. Yeah, then they finally came, and now when I had the traditional dancers singing down there, I was like, wow, this is it.
I was very anxious. I was anxious. Two things. As in, will everything go according to plan? Will it be a beautiful day? What will happen? And then there's that idea of now, okay, today I'm going to get a wife. They've been charged with taking vows in front of people. I was a bit nervous. I think after when we got to church, somehow, some way, I just got my cool and I relaxed,
then we got to the church, and now we are just sitting in the car, and I'm wondering, why are we not talking? What's going on? So I told the best mate, please get the coordinator. You know me, I usually want things like this. I'm like, what's going on? It's 11:15, 11:30. Why are we not getting into church? Then nobody's telling me anything. Kumbe, the pastor has not arrived. Then later on, I was getting very agitated. That's when now one of the coordinators came and told me the pastor has not arrived. So there's nothing we could do. I just sat in the car. And finally, I see the pastor coming in. I was like, oh, at least now he's here. But he was late. First of all, just walking down the aisle, it was so emotional. So many things were running through my mind. First, I was like, wow, God, you have really done it for me. Like, this is something I'd prayed for a very long time, and it was happening. And then it had happened in a very short time, in a span of us deciding that we want to date to the wedding was just 8 months. I was like, wow, God, you've actually done it for me. So that was running through my mind. And then, like, so many things were running through my mind. And I really cried. I broke down. It was very emotional. Yeah.
It was glamorous. But I saw walking down there, I was like, wow. At first, actually, I couldn't believe it, you know, like, it's really happening. And then now you see her coming in all white, nice, beautiful gown, all veiled up. I'm like, wow, it's finally happening. She was, as she said, she was the queen of the day. And she was very, very, very beautiful. I was like, oh, the person was like, you're supposed to go pick her. So I had to take a step down and ask my parents to come join me, because now we had to walk together now for us to meet them halfway.
The word wife has been brought down into an acronym to show the essence of what a wife ought to be, Esther. And all those who are seated here, it goes down to this 4-letter word, wife, W-I-F, and what? Wise. Now, you're meant to be wise. Wise in the way you handle your family. Wise in the way you speak to your husband. Wise in the way you bring up at home.
Yes, I remember the pastor talking about the meaning of wife. Is it wife?
Yes.
And now, you know, talking about as a man, head of the house, the priest of the house, essentially the chair of your house. So you remember him also talking about the meaning of the word chair. It was is it called an acronym or what? Chair. So the word chair, those letters have their meanings. And I remember the word pastor taking us through the meaning of the chair and wife.
I was really, really spoiled. It was always about me, because I'm the only girl. After 16 years, my small brother was born. So it was weird, because I'd been a last born for 16 years, and now this one comes. But even after he came, I was still treated as the last born, as much as, you know.
But I think, like, her mom really, I think I came to learn that her mom really cherished her so much, you know, like, she's the only jewel in the family, like, she's our only girl. Even the brother was like, you know, that's our only sister. So, but I think she was very, very dear to all of them. I remember during the wedding, her mom cried, you know, when now you're gone. She cried.
And my brother too.
Yes, and your brother too. So it was a very special, actually it was a very, very special and a very, very emotional moment. I think I remember during the church service, I think at some point I was fighting back tears. Just trying to be, not to let them flow. Yeah.
this is it. No turning back. Like now I'm being given to this man. It was very emotional. Like I was used to being this independent girl, just being on my own, doing my thing. But now I'm starting my life with this man. Emotional, happy, mixed feelings, I should say. There are mixed feelings.
In the sacred estate of matrimony.
In the sacred estate of matrimony.
I promise to love you.
To comfort you.
To comfort you.
To honor you.
To honor you.
And to cherish you.
And to cherish you.
I lack words to explain that momentum of how I felt. But what I remember is that I think after we'd finished what the pastor read to us, at some point I had to, just put my head up and just shake a little bit because I could feel the tears. I could feel it like, gosh. In my head I was like, please, just, they shouldn't, Lord, they shouldn't, they shouldn't.
I'm a man.
But it was, I think it's one thing you realize now, like, I think it's the first day of the rest of my life. I'm starting at a different phase of my life, it's no longer the usual me at, maybe now there is someone in my life. There's someone whom I'm responsible to. There's someone who I answer to at times, whom by the end of the day, every day, you're going to be talking, every day you're going to be talking about your day. You wake up next to her. This is a new chapter in my life. In essence, the first day of the rest of my life. And it was a very sentimental moment.
To give me time to cry, and then the pastor asked the best maid to give him tissue, and even her, she had run out of tissue because all the maids were also crying. Now there was no tissue anymore. Like it was just an emotional moment for everyone. Yeah. So after I cooled down, then I was able to say my vows. Yeah. Not just vows. This is a promise you're making to God and before man. Especially to God. You don't just make a promise to God. And these are not just easy promises, for better, for worse, for richer, for poorer. They're not just things you just say. Yeah. And I was just like, wow, this is deep. Yeah. Because I'll be answerable to God if I don't fulfill those promises.
Esther's future husband is very lucky to have somebody like Esther. I've watched Esther grow, and I've always known her to be a very virtuous woman, very hardworking, very focused. Esther is a go-getter. She's the kind of a person who gets whatever she wants. We've been so close, so close. I've actually been a very important part of her life, and she's also been a very important part of my life. So it felt like I was gonna lose a bit of that, but I'm so happy for her. I mean, the fact that she's going to start her own life, a new home, a new family, is such a great thing. I almost shed tears while walking her down the aisle, but I must say that I'm very happy for her.
vigorous dancers who are leading us. So you have to dance, you have to go down.
Yeah, we were so
No,
tired.
I
At
just
some
want to-
point, he was telling me, "Oh my God, babe, my knee." I'm like, "No, let's keep going." We were so tired. And you see, we had to dance and dance and dance. They kept us really going.
The dance, I think some point when we had to sit back, stand back and watch now the MC take through our bridal party, the men and the ladies through their dance moves. And,
Yeah.
interesting. For the longest time I've known her, I've known to be a very, very prayerful woman. And at times I think I even ride on her faith. Has done miracles, performed things I'd never expected and never saw them coming. Yeah.
Praying even for the day, every day, what we used to tell God was, let this day not be about us. Let it glorify you. Like, let our wedding speak to somebody. Let it be a testimony to somebody. Let all the glory go back to you. Let it not even be about us, but let our wedding glorify you. And it did glorify God.
I've learned a lot in this whole process, meeting her, settling down, getting married, the planning. Time I used to say pray. I used to say that as in, because I was brought up in a Christian family, so it's somewhat like it's just by default, you just put God first, pray. But I think the last couple of months, honestly, I've come to appreciate and know the true value of prayer and God. God has seen us through things. Myself, I didn't think our possible. I didn't think we would have done them. Just pray, put God first, and pray.
Get married, it's very important to pray, the two of you. Just pray together. And God will see you through. He'll never leave you. He'll never forsake you. He's a good father. I remember one of my very close friends, I call her my spiritual mother. Every time when I used to call her and I'm like, wow, we still have 600,000. She just kept telling me, God is a good father. Just imagine that. He's a good father. He doesn't want anything bad to happen to you. He wants every good thing for you. That's who God is.